I don't think you guys have any idea how much I have been waiting to stand here in this spot, in this shirt yet again, and share with you what we've done to this house over the past year. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another Vlogmas video. My name is Kira if you are new, and if this is the first time that you're stopping on my channel, welcome. I am super excited to be standing on my porch today to share this video. It's something in my mind that I've been thinking about for the last 6 months or so. When we started really making monumental changes in this house, it started to feel good, and after like a good solid 6 months, it really started to come together, and it started not to look at all like the house that we first moved into. And for me, those were huge milestones and stepping stones that I wanted to document, because if you've been following us for a while, you know the bumpy road that we got here to Texas from when we moved from South Carolina. Just the whole thing of being scammed and all of that, it's just been quite the journey over the last couple of years, and we're really proud of where we're at right now, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So today I'm going to share with you an updated house tour, but this is a real life house tour. That's my dog barking. I've already tried to film this intro twice, but the mail lady pulled up even on a Sunday to deliver packages during this busy time of year, and I just noticed that my daughter's scooter is on the front lawn. So this is going to be as real as it possibly could be, but I just wanted to give you guys like kind of a final walkthrough of a year marker. We signed and finalized and closed on this house on November 17th. So it is like 12 months and 2 weeks since we bought the house, so it's pretty much right at that year marker. And like I said, we've done a lot, so I'm going to take you back just like we did when I filmed my empty house tour. If you guys are that new and you haven't been with me since the last year and you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above right now, and in the iCards you may want to stop, watch the empty house tour first, and then come back here and watch us walk through so you can kind of get a feel of all of the changes. But let's travel back to the sidewalk so we can look at the house, and I can share with you the changes that we've made from then till now. All right, you guys, so this is a little overview of the house from the sidewalk. My husband has my kids out right now in my car. This is his new car, so it's a different car that was in the driveway for when we first started, and we had a really huge tree. So this tree had a sister, and it was right here, and it was way over. That's my front bedroom windows, and so it was way over here, and it like would hang down. We had tons of bird droppings constantly into the driveway, and I had no lighting in my bedroom where I like to film, because I literally sit on the floor right by those windows. So it was super frustrating. So we did cut down this massive tree. We have tons of firewood in the back. Because of the holidays, we're a little behind on meeting with our electrician, plus he got COVID and stuff, and so things are just really crazy right now. But we are going to put another light right here. We have one light over here, and we have one at the door, but we don't have one right there. So that is still a work in progress. And the last time, you guys, we didn't have things on our front lawn, but it's a little bit later in the year. Like I said, it was November 17th when we closed on the house. So when I did the empty house tour, it was just within a couple of days, like maybe the next morning or something. So Christmas was not out, but my husband did start to put our blow-ups up. But where this little bird bath is right here, there was also a tree here, but it was so dead that Mason, he'll be 8 next week, and he ripped it out of the ground with his bare hands because it was so dead. So we threw that out, and my husband bought me a little bird bath that we have set up out there. And then we had an array of bushes right here, but they were so dead that we've since ripped them out as well. We did a lot of inside the house this past year, so next year is going to be our outdoor focus. We mentioned in the other video I wanted to widen the driveway. We have not done that yet, and that's because it's going to be a bigger project than we had anticipated, because as we've lived here, we noticed that the concrete is starting to buckle here just a little bit. So we're going to have to really redo this entire thing when we extend the driveway out. But otherwise, you know, not much has been done to either one of the yards, whether it be like the front or the back. That'll be an update for next year. And my husband has started putting Christmas stuff out, but then we also still have fall stuff out. So don't really take too much notice. You guys will see a home tour for my holiday decor next week, and there'll be a decorate video with me this week also. So don't really mind any of this, but that's just the changes that we've done for now. And then let's go inside. So I have tried to seriously wipe this area down right here 100 times today. Even my husband said, geez, this is why you can't keep the house clean. We keep wiping it, and then these two mutts keep jumping on it, and then it's just white paint, and so they just make it so dirty. But here is what the house looks like now. This is major transformation in this general space alone. I mean, a lot of our transformations came from the in the downstairs. We did some stuff upstairs, but most of the transformations were done down here. So this was just a regular window seat, but we did convert this. Again, ignore the paw prints because I've wiped this a bunch of times, but inside is laundry baskets where we store shoes. So this was just a regular window seat, but we cut it and hinged it and put handles on it so that we can make it a little bit more functional. I originally envisioned, when I first bought the house, to fill this with pillows and be like a reading nook, but I don't mind keeping just pillows at the end and keeping it a little bit more functional, especially since, like I said, these mutts jump on it all day, so they just would knock the pillows off anyways. We did change out these blinds. The previous homeowners left very cheap, like the inexpensive blinds, but we're going to have to replace them again. And why the windows are wide open is because recently we've had some wild cats in the neighborhood, and my oldest dog ate my blinds. So I have to keep them up until I replace them, because I literally just replaced them. So I have to keep them up until I replace them again. But we did put faux wood blinds in, and we'll have to replace those again. And we also added hi-hats here that are on a dimmer switch, which I love that at night, just giving that nice subtle glow to the living room. Oh no, like I said, real life, look. I'm really excited about this, and I wanted to share this with you guys, but it just fell down. So I was excited. I did not see this when we first toured the house because their TV was mounted on the wall, so it was covering this. But this goes all the way down there so that the cord comes out so that you can tie up the wires and nobody sees them. That just fell down. I don't know why. Of course, probably the dogs. But I love that it's mounted on the TV and you don't see the wires. I've always wanted one of those. And then our living room is pretty simple right now. The dogs keep tearing apart everything. This is our newer couch, and that blanket is covering the hole that he chewed in it, and it kills me because it's off center. Like the couch and the rug are centered to the table and stuff, but it's not centered to that on the TV. But until Bruno's cage isn't there, this is as functional as our living room is going to get, but it's fine. It's just us. It's not like we have tons of people coming over. We did have another couch here, but we got rid of it, especially since this is where our Christmas tree goes, and we have their dog beds and stuff. But this was a huge thing for us. Also, my kitchen is right on the other side of it, and you can get to it this way as well. But I want to be able to close things off and create a little sound barrier for myself when I'm filming in the kitchen and things like that. And so we built this barn door that just rolls back on the raw iron rail, and I just love Paul, he's a family member that lives with us. He hand made all of these things and he just did such an incredible job. Is it perfect? No. Like sometimes it'll get stuck a little bit. It needs like a little elbow grease until it completely gets worn in. It'll take like, you know, a good year or two to wear grooves in where it'll be easier to slide. But for someone who's never done that before and just kind of took my vision and created it, it was fantastic. And then we also put hi-hats in over here because when we moved in, just the ceiling fan light was the only light. And for filming, especially for me, I was like, that is not going to work. So by putting two there and then putting two here, we kind of boxed off the room a little bit, giving a little bit more light to the space, which, like I said, we truly needed. So when I step back, I love it. Like I love my little entryway table. I'm not going to show you too much because I started decorating for Christmas. You guys will see that later. But I'm just very, very happy with how this area turned out. Again, still few more projects in the works for inside because my electrician hasn't come yet. There's even a little hole right there. I don't know if you can see that, but we marked it because he's going to put a tiny hi-hat right over this spot because I love to decorate this little nook area. So I wanted a little spotlight there. Maybe I'll put a tiny little one over that end table to create a little bit more lighting there. I'm all about my lighting. Like that's a huge thing for me, but I really love how this living room came out. And before we leave, we'll address this door right here. So he built another door with this being my laundry room. So when I take you in the laundry room, you'll see that it's a very awkward space and they had the door swinging in. So it virtually gave no room inside of there. So by us building a sliding door and being able to remove that, we gained all that space that the door was absorbing. So I love it. And he did it differently. Like we did 2 X's on this one, but then we did like the V here. So it wasn't too overwhelming. And then he also built this one to stop the dogs from going up the stairs because we wanted to keep pets downstairs if possible. I mean, our cat does go up there, but we wanted to keep the dogs down here where there was no carpet. So we kind of made sure that that matched that, but it all just flows so well. But I think this is my favorite transformation of them all, and that is our laundry room. So the flooring was here. This is the flooring that was throughout the entire house when we moved. So that kind of helps because it really is a nice floor. It really helps tie in all the rooms, at least down here. Our neighbors across the street were selling these front-loading washing machine and dryer. So we were able to scoop that up the very first day that we came here. But when we put it in, all that was here was a shelf. That was right here, and it was just a shelf for, you know, storing your laundry detergents and stuff. But we brought our washing machine and dryer in here and we built a table, and then we mounted some cabinets in there and built little shelves in between, and then we changed out the light. It was just one of those standard construction lights, and we put like a bougie little chandelier type fixture in there just to bring like a little bit more pizzazz to the laundry room. But I just stinking love this room. I just love the way that it came out. It was like that yellowish tone bulb before, and then now it's like bright and white with cabinets. This is definitely, like I said, by far, you know, one of my favorite transformations. And then all we do to hide the laundry room. Oh, and we also put little hooks here. I don't know if I ever updated. I did do a tour where I shared the entire laundry room makeover, so I can link all the videos for you guys that I've done of our transformations. I don't know if I ever shared that we finally put the hooks up, but everybody has their own designated hook and backpack holder for Mason and for Maya, Jacob's backpack and all of that. And then again, I just get to hide that by sliding the door and closing that all away. So now let's go ahead and enter into the dining room here. This is such a huge dining room space, and when we first came here, I just had no idea how I was gonna fill this space. I recently just did a dining room makeover video. Again, I can link that for you guys. They just had a ceiling fan in here, which we took down. Our electrician is going to be mounting it on the overhang that's in our backyard. So at least we'll be able to kind of double use what was already here. But we put the chandelier in because I really just wanted something to center over this kitchen table. This is something else that Paul built by hand. And again, is it perfect? Definitely not. But it is just so cool that it's something that he built. We won't take it with us, but we'll still be here for another couple of years. And this will more than be functional. It's an 8-foot table. So when people come here, we have tons of space. He did build benches. One of the benches is right here. This was the most of his imperfections. I think we should have done it 3 boards wide. I got a big old booty, so I'm not really too comfortable sitting on it. The kids are, but I'm not. So this bench is actually going to go out front where I showed you that we ripped those bushes out. We're going to use it as a place to kind of decorate for now. And then for Christmas, I got new tall kitchen chairs to go around here. So it'll be 4 of the tall chairs going around here, and then we're still leaving the bench on this side because the little kids are perfectly fine and their tushies are perfect to sit on the bench. So the kids will be able to sit on the benches, and then we'll still be able to, you know, have all 4 of the big chairs around here, which gives tons of space. And then we still have the 2 chairs there at the island. So I think we'll just continue this way. Again, these hi-hats were not here, so you'll be able to see all of that in that transformation video. They had very light, dirty curtains, so we changed out the rods, we changed out the blinds in here, and then he brought in this kitchen table. So this was definitely a big transformation for us as well. We have like the fireplace that goes here and our microwave cart. So I just love how open and beautiful that this space came out. And then this, you guys, okay, you know I've been trying to clean this pantry out for weeks now, and I pulled everything out to film it, and then I was like, well, how am I going to film my home tour? So I slid everything back in here. But now that my house is spotless, because I just did this with you guys, now I'm going to literally turn the camera off, and I'm doing this tonight. So you guys will see this. If not tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday's video. You can mark my words, because this is something that I can't leave like this anymore. But this is a functional pantry that we created. It was just a closet. I shared in my video, that empty house tour, that this was completely empty. We had like a kitchen table and a couple of chairs in here from eating pizza, but otherwise, there was nothing in here. But we built shelves immediately just to give us a little bit more storage space. And hopefully after today, I can get this more organized to where I feel a little bit more comfortable. And I am going to change this light out. This is that standard contractor light that I hate. It's the yellow tone, and I'm just not a huge fan of those lights. So I will be switching that out as well. But stay tuned. That's a work in progress. And then this, you guys, I've done not really much with. I mean, there wasn't really much to do, and it's a guest bathroom where we don't really have a lot of guests. So it has a big mirror right here with those lights. I mean, I've had no reason to change them out. I keep the decor in here super simple. I did have a rug that I just added from LifeWit, and we threw a couple of little things like on the wall. But for the most part, this is just like a small half bath. I don't really have anything else that I would feel the need to do that with. Hold on, I'm gonna, just for electric purposes, I turned on all the lights for you guys. I'm gonna turn them off as I go along. But now let's swing over here and enter into the kitchen. So something else that wasn't here were these 2 hanging pendant lights. So we went ahead and added those, which I just think add so much character and light to this kitchen. Like, to me, it did tremendous things when we first put it in here. And then we also changed out the hi-hats. They were that very yellow tone like I just shared with you in the pantry, and it wasn't the kind that you can change. Now these are the ones that you can set to any tone and color of light, but I have them set to the brightest white, and they're on a dimmer switch. So it just allows me to regulate light when I'm in here filming, which is a big deal. And then there was a chandelier that was hanging here, but it just was too much for the space after we put those in. So we've since pulled it down. We have to put this little cap here, and that has to stay so that we have access to all the electric if we need be. But that is going to be relocated in this space up here. Again, when my electrician comes, he's going to take that chandelier that was hanging in the kitchen. We're going to remove the light at the top of the stairs, and we're going to hang the chandelier in the stairwell, and so that'll look really nice, and it'll be more well lit than just a light at the top of the stairs. So I'm excited for when that is finally done. And then just this week we changed out this light, because again, we had that contractor's light in there and it just did not match with everything else. So my husband said, honey, you have to change out that light. Now it doesn't come with a bulb, so I still have to get another bulb, because the only one that we had is, you see that yellowish tone. So if I step back, you'll be able to see the difference between the yellow hue and that super bright white, which is just better for filming. So this is just what I have in there for right now, just to be able to share with you guys what the light looks like, but I need to get a bulb that is suited for what I want. But I really love that. I think it came out really, really good. This kitchen had no fixtures in it, so we did add all of the hardware to the cabinets. We also added a little knife rack in here, which has been really, really awesome for storage, because for here in my silverware drawer, it's just, we still have a ton of knives here and stuff, and so it was super functional to be able to throw that up there so that we can have that. I also did change out my faucet. It is a pain in the butt, this faucet. It's very expensive and it's super temperamental, but I love the hands-free faucet. Just for constantly cooking in the kitchen, I like the idea of just being able to wave my hand over it and not have to get it all gooky and stuff like that. But that was super expensive just to have the convenience of that, but I love it nonetheless. But that was pretty much it. This is the view of the door from this side, and that's all we've really done in here, but I still think that's a lot as far as lighting and all of that. But now we'll go upstairs. I don't have too much to share with you upstairs, although I've done, like I said, a bunch of videos that I can just link for you guys that will pretty much just share with you the whole process of how, you know, we converted the room. But this is our game room. This is probably the most like undeveloped room. I did just recently do like a organize the game room video with me while we built that little shelf, and just kind of shared where I've put this room together. But this is more like the playroom for the kids. Maya has her dollhouse and her kitchen and stuff up here. We have our exercise bike and a little bit of extra seating, and then our Wii and our printer and stuff is set up here. And then here is the little kid's bedroom, at least for now. My 5-year-old and my almost 8-year-old share a room, but within the next year or two, since my oldest is graduating and stuff, there will be tons of changes, and then the kids will be separated. But this is their room for now. Like I said, no real changes in here. We did take off one of the doors. I've never seen a closet so big ever that it needed 3 closet doors, but it was kind of crazy the way that they slid back and forth. It just wasn't functional for us, so we took one of the doors off so it's easier for us to slide back and forth. But this is pretty much just where we are at with setting up the kids' room. They're getting brand new bedding for Christmas. I ordered Mason like a pod swing that will hang right here in their little reading nook. So still a little bit more changes. I ordered some like personal things that say Mason and Maya that I'll put up on the walls. So it'll be nice, and that'll be something that they'll be able to bring into their own rooms. I do have a video where I shared me organizing my whole closet here. It needs another organization, but this is the only like pantry closet that we have, but it's time to do another reorganization of that. I did just do a whole transformation of my son's room. He is 17 years old, and I asked him to clean this room up so that I can walk in here and share it with you guys, and this is what I got. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be, so I will take it for what it's worth. But when we first moved in here, he had his bed set up a long ways, so it was very inconvenient, and his room just didn't look anything like what I kind of envisioned his room to be. But while he was gone over the summer visiting my mom, I kind of redid his room, and I filmed that to share with you guys. So again, I can link that video, but it was quite the transformation. We redid his whole closet, and we set him up a little desk area up here. I recently just hung that little stuffy holder for him so that he can put all of his stuffy stuff in there, and then it just left his bed a little bit more open. He's so sentimental, and every single one of those things were given to him for a specific reason. But this is the best that, like I said, my 17-year-old's room was going to get, but I'm definitely happy with how his room turned out. And then that family member, Paul, that lives with us, this is his room. I'm not going to share that with you. If he allows me to, I'll pop up a picture right here. But, I mean, he has his own space decorated, and I peeked in there already, and he didn't make his bed this morning. And if I shared his room without his bed made, he would have my head in a jar. So if he comes home and he wants to, you know, tidy it up and I can snap a picture before I put this video up, I'll include that. Otherwise, he's a military man, so his room is pretty clean, but that's why I said if I shared his room without his bed being made, he would have my head on a platter. This is another room you guys are going to see very, very soon, maybe even during Vlogmas, as a little makeover. When we first moved in, Paul is a Giants fan, and he really wanted to set up like his own stuff. And in the house he owned, it was like a stall shower, and he always had curtains and stuff, and he really wanted to put all of his things together. So I said, fine, go ahead, you can set your stuff up, but I want to be able to swap things out when we wash stuff, and I'm kind of tired of looking at the New York Giants stuff because I'm a Jet fan. So we're gonna redo this a little bit. I just ordered a medicine cabinet. You guys will see the one that's in my bathroom in my room, but I just ordered one for here. So I'm gonna move the flush and brush signs to this wall, and we're gonna put a medicine cabinet in there, which is gonna clean up the sink space because this is not functional. You have a teenager, 2 young kids, and a grown man who share this small bathroom, and so it's just not organized. Like, there's barely anything under there, so we just need to organize the space a little bit better. We can simplify the sink area by moving everything into that little cabinet above the sink and being able to kind of recreate things. I've already got a new shower curtain and stuff, so you guys should see that, like I said, in an upcoming video where I just kind of share with you guys how we give this like a little spruce up. But for now, this definitely works. And then here's my room. I really loved this little area at first, like this little hallway that you walk into first before you enter my room. But I've since learned that I don't like that, because if you're sitting on the toilet and you do not close the door and then somebody decides to open your door or walk in, they literally catch you right there. I have to say that's the only thing I don't like about this house. Otherwise, I feel like I did a really good job like finding this house and choosing this house, because we looked at so many. So when I found this one, I kind of felt like we hit the jackpot because it really checked off a lot of our boxes. But that's one of the things I've learned I don't really like. We did not do too much in this room. Again, it's a bathroom and everything had granite countertops and all of that. We did add fixtures because no cabinets in the entire house had fixtures, so we added those to the bathroom we just left. We added those to these, and then we did add these medicine cabinets. So we have this one right here, which is my husband's. Like, I have a little Ray Dunn Christmas ball hanging there that says hubby, and like this is his little section over here. And then we have like this kind of lighting up there, which does kind of freak me out because it's not centered. I kind of think that that's weird, but anyways, and then this is mine over here. I just took my little jewelry stand down because I had jewelry that I took out to go to Madison's wedding, and I put it back, and I have not put it back over there, but that's normally what goes in that space. My little thing turned around, but mine says wifey, but this is the same cabinet that I just ordered for the other bathroom. But I have tons of space here that I have, you know, set up the best that I can. I do think that we are going to get some kind of shelves for right here for me to put all of my Monate stuff on. This way I free up my cabinet right here, because you guys, I am, you know, a little Monate obsessed, and so this is all Monate. So I literally have no room in my cabinet anymore for anything else. And so I was thinking, you know, moving the sign for my mom and just putting the shelves there, or just moving it up and then putting the shelves underneath. But we have pretty much the same things that we added when we first moved in that you guys have already seen, which is, you know, the shower curtain. There's normally 2 of those, but I was missing one, and I was like, all right, they're not gonna care if I do a home tour with only 1 towel. But this bathroom pretty much got turned and created into the spot for the cat. So like that's all of his water right there. That's his automatic cat litter box. That's his automatic food feeder. So I mean, he pretty much took over my bathroom and that's it. Like I lost it. And then here is my room. Like I said, I really didn't want a whole bunch of Christmas stuff spilled out, but this was the best that we can do. I was gonna switch this out, but I just think it looks so pretty. This is my idea of like a festive bed set. I really want to add some garland and lights and stuff over the top of the bed, but this is our bedroom. And I have to say, this is not like, again, this is completely functional. We have a laundry bin full of clothes. That is our elf right there. He brought the kids chapstick. Ooh, it fell over. He brought the kids chapstick because they were sick and they have chapped lips. So he brought that for them. But I mean, this is like definitely not the cover of Home and Gardens magazine as far as a bedroom, but this is the first real bedroom set that my husband and I have ever had. Like everything that we have ever had has been garage sale pieces or hand-me-downs or, you know, just not real furniture. We bought ourselves a real bedroom set, one that had like matching nightstands and a dresser, and we have our TV mounted on the wall and a little mini fridge, and then we have my dresser here. And so this is just something that we were proud of. We have a whole video for this as well because we had gotten sent a new mattress, and so we got a new mattress with the bed, and it just made us feel grown up, I guess, because we had never had like a real life bedroom set, and I was really happy to, you know, put this kind of space together. We hung some stuff up on the walls over there, but otherwise we kept it pretty simple in here. Maybe we'll add stuff as time goes on, but for now I'm just really happy with how this room turned out as well. All right, you guys, but that's it. That concludes my updated home tour. I really was excited to share this with you guys because if you've been following along with us on our journey, like I said, this is a huge accomplishment and quite the change, and we really are proud of it. And for ourselves, I really wanted to document something that just kind of shares the milestones. I didn't share with you guys the garage because that's where all of my Christmas stuff is right now. My husband took advantage of his day off and took everything out of the attic, and now it's loaded up in my garage. So I can't share with you that, and I'm not gonna share with you the backyard because we haven't done anything to that at all, and that's gonna be like an entire transformation that you guys are gonna see in this upcoming year, as well as a little transformation in our kitchen. We were gifted some granite, and so we are going to do a entire kitchen kind of change. We're going to connect the granite right here and put cabinets in, so this will make it an entire wraparound kitchen. The window is going to change, and it's going to be a slider that has no screen so that you can serve through, because we're changing the deck and we're extending it all the way out. So if we put a patio table and stuff right here, we literally could pass food through to the barbecue, to, you know, the table or whatever. So I think that's going to be super functional. And then we'll add backsplash, because that's one thing this kitchen did not have that I usually love. So that is a project that is still coming up for sure. So if you are new and you're still with me right now, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell clicked so you guys can see all of our updates as we move forward. But thank you guys so much if you have been with me through all this time and you see all the struggles and all the hard work and all the tears and everything that it took to get to where we are, because we're really proud of it and we're so happy that you guys are willing to come along with us. So I love you guys so much. Give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.